Hello students, we are discussing about the special relationship between banker and customer. In that we have already discussed 5 points. Now we are going to discuss the sixth point, that is banker's right of appropriation of payments. So we have discussed obligation to honor checks, obligation to maintain the secrecy of accounts, right of general lien, right of set off, garnish order, right of appropriation. Now we are going to talk about that right of appropriation. What is right of appropriation? If the customer has taken a loan from the banker more than once. So if the customers have more than one account, or the customer has taken more than one loan from the banker, in that case the customer has the right to direct the banker against which debt payment should be appropriated or settled. Say for example, there is one customer of a banker. He has taken taken loans from three times from the banker. First loan is of 50,000, second is of 30,000, and third loan is of 20,000 rupees. Now, at the time of repayment of that loan, the customer has a right. When the customer wants to repay the loan, he wants to repay 50,000 rupees. At that time, customer has a right to direct the banker which loan has to be settled. Means whether the first loan, which is of 50,000 rupees, it has to be settled, or second and third loans, that those are of 30 and 20,000 rupees, those have to be settled. That has to be informed by the customer to the banker. So it is the right of the customer to direct the banker against which debt the payment should be settled or payment should be appropriated. If the customers have more than one account, in that case, a customer has taken more than one loan, the customer has right to direct the banker against which debt payment should be appropriated or settled. That is right of appropriation of payments. When a debtor owes several debts to banker and makes a payment to the banker, the question arises as to which debts the payment is to be appropriated or which debt is to be settled. In India, rules relating to appropriation of payment are mentioned in Indian Contract Act of 1872. The appropriation by the debtor or the creditor is as follows. Appropriation by the debtor. When the money is deposited into the bank by the debtor, it is the duty of the debtor to inform the banker that money is applied to a particular debt. So, banker should apply the money received according to the direction of the customer. So, while repayment of the loan, if bank customer has taken many times loan, twice, thrice, at the time of repayment, it is a right of the customer to direct or give instructions to the banker regarding which debt he wants to fulfill or which debt he wants to settle. That primary right is that of the debtor, that is appropriation by debtor. Second type, appropriation by the creditor. When the money is paid by the customer to the banker, but debtor does not make any specific appropriation. Debtor has not informed anything about the banker. He has just repaid the debt amount, certain amount. In such cases, banks can appropriate and apply the payment even to the time barred debtors. So when the debtor has repaid the money and debtor has not mentioned anything regarding which debt the debtor wants to settle, in that case, the banker can appropriate or settle that money even for the payment of time barred debts. Now, time barred debts means what? Time barred debts are those debts, the date for payment of those debts have already been gone. In such cases, bankers can utilize or fulfill the debt which is time barred debt also if customer fails to give proper instructions to the banker. After making an appropriation for time barred debts, the banker must inform the customer as to how he has appropriated the payment. Seventh point, that is banker's right to charge interest. Banker has right to charge interest on loans and advances to customers. So whenever banker gives the loans and advances to customers, banker has every right to charge the interest on it. today almost all the bankers enter into an expressed agreement for charging interest on loans. So how the interest has to be charged? If the customer fails to pay the interest quarterly, customer has to pay the interest quarterly, and then that interest, if he fails to pay, that interest will be added to the principal amount, and for the next period interest will be charged on the total of the principal. Say for example 1 lakh rupees loan has been taken, so in the first quarter the customer has to pay 3000 rupees by way of interest. Customer fails to pay. At the time of calculation, next time 1 lakh 3000 rupees will be considered, and on that 1 lakh 3000 rupees interest will be charged. So it amounts to compound interest. Banker has the right to charge commission or incidental charges for the services which he is rendering to the customers. So that is eighth right, that is banker's right to charge incidental charges. Banker has a right to charge commission, incidental charges for whatever services banker is rendering to the customers. Ninth point, that is law of limitation. Generally, debts become time barred after 3 years from due date. Time barred means the time for repayment of that debt has already gone, and the creditor loses his right to ask for repayment of that loan. So debt becomes time barred after 3 years from the due date. Say for example, one person has taken a loan from the bank. Due date of performance is today's date, that is 12th of December 2020. On that date, no repayment has been made. Within 3 months from today, the creditor or the banker will have right to ask for repayment of that loan. For these 3 years, banker or creditor has not taken any action. In that case, after 3 years from this date, the debt becomes time barred. That means even the creditor has no right to ask for repayment of that loan. As per the law of limitation, a creditor loses the right to recover the amount from a debtor after the expiry of the period of limitation. So if today customer has to repay the loan to the banker, customer does not repay. After 3 years, banker will lose the right of asking repayment of that loan. That is the rule under period of limitation or law of limitation. According to Indian Limitation Act 1963, debt becomes time barred if it is not repaid within 3 years from the due date. So as per the Indian Limitation Act, there are different rules for asking for getting the things done. So if the debtor fails to repay the loan for 3 years from the due date, debt becomes time barred. It means the creditor cannot take any legal action against the debtor for the recovery of amount due after 3 years from the due date. So we have discussed about the obligations that arise out of banker-customer relationship. That means these are the special relationship between banker and customer. In next video, we are going to talk about termination of this relationship of banker and customer. Then this second unit will get over. Thank you very much.